What's up, y'all? It's Thursday. I hope everybody is living good out there. If you're not, I hope everything gets better for you today and moving forward. So let's go ahead and get down on this video. And I want to start off by talking about this situation that transpired in Florida. Now, some of you guys have seen me post this video on yesterday to YouTube Shorts where you had a black teen who was coerced by friends to go out to a lake. They knew he couldn't swim, and then they basically put him out there in no man's land and was taunting him to swim back across. And it was just a very, very disrespectful experience. They were also making abhorrent and disparaging remarks regarding his race, and then they were making monkey noises in the background. So this family rode up on the situation on paddle boats, right? And they saw what was going on. At first, you could see they're confused, but they knew something wasn't right, and they decided to step in and intervene. So what I'm gonna do right here is go ahead and play that clip. If you already seen the clip from yesterday, then just go ahead and fast forward. But I'm gonna go ahead and play that clip, and then I'll be back.
I think that's why. Your dad's in prison. We know. We can tell just by looking at you. Bro, we get you can't swim. Bro, just don't get a kayak. Life jacket on, Marquise.
I'll just wait.
Bro, you have a life jacket.
Bro, I'm black. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna save me.
Bro, yes it does.
Bro, I'll just find a way. Hey. Hi. Yeah, they think I'm about to go back, but I can't swim.
Bro, you have a life jacket.
I'm gonna die.
Standing right
Hold on.
now.
You have to go.
I'm just trying to
get over there. We taught him how to swim.
Oh, so I can just like hold on to the back.
Right here if you want.
Yeah, I might drown.
You won't drown.
Bro, you won't drown.
You're not gonna drown. I promise you won't drown.
There you go.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Huh?
Hey.
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Marquise. But everybody calls me LeVar because I go to like Danella.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was okay getting over here. And they think I'm about to swim back. I can't even swim.
Good job right now.
Probably gonna hold on to this. And it's my first time here.
It's your
First time? Well, welcome.
Yeah.
How'd you get over here?
Yeah, what
They made me
happened?
take that way over there, and they had 2 life jackets on. I'm never coming back with y'all.
Yo, we told you if you're coming, we had a life jacket.
A life jacket. This ain't even for a big kid. This for a little kid.
Oh my God.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm never coming back with y'all.
I don't know what to say.
Now, it's important to note that the young men that were involved in terrorizing Marquise go to Denellen High School, and they were from the Denellen High School basketball team. Now, according to Marquise's sister, Marquise was hanging out with a guy named Zach. Now, they've hung out before, and according to Marquise's sister, the family has been nothing but great to Marquise. Now, Marquise didn't know that a bunch of dudes were going to show up and hang out with them too. And so these dudes were from the basketball team. Now, one of the young men's aunt has a property out there by the lake, but I'm told that they weren't supposed to be accessing that lake whatsoever, but they went out there anyway, and they swam across to the other side and left Marquise standing there and was basically daring him to swim, knowing that this brother cannot swim. Now, the lady from the clip that I just played you all that was with her husband and 2 boys that ended up saving Marquise, she has a TikTok page. Now, she was the one that initially uploaded the video, but she says that TikTok took it down. But she did take to TikTok to address the people that were criticizing her. So I want to play you guys what she had to say.
So I just wanted to address this video real quick of my family and I helping this young boy across the river the other day. Most of the comments are really positive, but some of them are really negative, and some girl made a video making some wild claims about us, so I just wanted to address a few things. First of all, when we were first paddling down the river, all we could hear was their voices. Sound travels really easy on water, so we could only hear voices. We could not see them. We couldn't hear exactly what they were saying. As we got closer, I could kind of make out what they were saying more. I could tell it was more serious than I first thought, but I still didn't understand what was going on. As we got close enough, I noticed that the voices sounded like teenagers, and then once we could see them, that's when I noticed the entire situation unfolding. He first said that he couldn't swim and that they gave him a life jacket, but when I saw him, the life jacket was really small. Water, I'm on the water all the time. Water is so unforgiving, it can turn deadly in a split second. There was a current that day, there was wind, and he said he couldn't swim well. That was a recipe for disaster, so I knew right then and there I wasn't going to leave him to just cross on his own. So like I said before, I didn't understand what was going on. They were laughing, they were bantering back and forth, they were talking crap to each other. I didn't know what was happening, but then they also seemed like they knew each other, they were friends. So I was so confused, but I helped him across. He got the back of our board. Paddle boards are hard to get on if you're in like waist deep water. They're kind of hard to get up on. So he just hung to the back of the board. We got him straight across the river. And then as we were dropping him off, he was like talking crap to his friends and sticking up for himself. So my husband was laughing, like good for him. He was sticking up for himself. Anyway, this whole situation was such a learning moment for not only my family, but for that boy and the friends. And obviously God wanted the internet to see it too, because this was a huge learning moment, I know, for myself and my kids and my husband. Absolutely unreal. Anyway, Marquise has gotten home safe and sound. He has checked in. Everything's okay. Hopefully this was a learning lesson for him and an eye-opener as to who he keeps as company. One thing I do want to point out that I noticed about all the negative comments and like the people dissecting this and saying it's not good enough or we should have done more, most of them are actually the same color as me, so that's kind of weird to notice. You would think that everyone would be happy that a life was saved. So.
All right, so we just saw and heard all of that, and me personally, I don't understand why she's receiving so many negative comments. I'm so glad that that family intervened and saved that young man. And if you pay close attention at the beginning of the clip, it was her young boy that felt that something wasn't right. So that lets me know that he is being taught in the home not to discriminate. The lady even said that her eyes are now open to things that she wasn't privy to before, and that she's learned a lot, and she hopes that Marquise chooses better friends moving forward. So what the problem is, right? Shout out to this family for doing the right thing in that moment of time, because it could have definitely went a different way where Marquise wouldn't be alive today. But anyway, let's move along, and I want to talk about Boosie because he's always saying something or doing something to keep himself relevant, right? So first you have this clip that's been surfacing where he was partying at a Houston nightclub and he hit a security guard over the head with a hookah. Stop. Hey, security, handle that. Now, according to the security guard, he said that he had told one of the women in the establishment, I guess she was a part of Boosie's entourage, that she couldn't use the bathroom because the establishment was now closed. And then when he went down to pick up something that she dropped, that's when he felt the hookah go across his head. Now, Boosie was at a hearing this past Monday where his bond was set at $85,000, but his lawyer explained that this is just a walkthrough bond. And Boosie said that the alleged victim was acting like a security guard and wasn't even supposed to be working, and said that this is just a money grab. Now, fast forward to what he said yesterday. So Madden, NFL, right? They come out with a video game every year. And so on the front cover is Caleb Williams, who's the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. Now, on this particular Madden cover, you can see that Caleb has his nails painted, right? Not my thing, but hey, it's a free country. He can do what he wants to do, right? But Boosie has an issue with it. And this is what he posted on Instagram. He said, "Fingernails painted on Madden. Young boys look up to you, bro. Shaking my head. This is the example you set for them. Players should grab your A in the locker room and call you Carrie every time they see you. You want respect from your teammates, and your hands look like B nails. At home, shaking my head, sweet A ninja." Now, Boosie claims that he was getting a lot of DMs where people were checking him on his position on this. So let me play you what he had to say.
A lot of people mad at me right now in the DM. They going off in my DM. Boosie, you gonna be part of the community with us? Nah, bro. I just feel like, you know, they mad because the truth hurts, you know. I come up under Tecmo, but I never thought in a million years that I would see a Madden cover with one of the best players with his fingernails painted. A game that sold to billions of little boys. What kind of message are they sending to these little boys? I never thought in a million years I would see this. As parents, how much do they have to do for us to say that's not right? Us daddies gotta go tell these boys that we got raising them to be men. That's wrong, son. That's for women. And not just daddies. These mothers, single mothers who raising boys to be men. You have to tell your son that's not right. Or in a couple months, he gonna play in your fingernail polish. You know what I'm saying? Next is gonna be lipstick on the covers, thongs. Is that enough? Man hiking a ball with a thong in his. Is that enough for you to tell your child that it's wrong? That is wrong. See, that's what it's going to next. Lipstick, thongs. You know, I never thought I would see this, you know. A game that sold to billions of little boys. You're pushing it. Half of these kids, they're so young, they can't even think for themselves too much. Some of them can, but most of them, they go by what they see. You know, like, what message are they putting on these billions of little boys who buy these games? You know, I'm just asking as a parent to the other parents, when is enough enough? To the daddies who raising men to be boys, the single mothers who on that football field at practice raising that boy to be a man. When is enough enough, man? John Madden turning over in his grave. It's a sad day for Madden.
All right, so I had to chuckle a little bit when Boosie said it's going to come down to a man hiking the ball with a thong up his I thought that was incredibly funny. But anyway, let's talk about Boosie. And you want to talk about influencing the youth. Have you been the perfect role model? I know that this is a tiresome topic, but let's talk about Marlo Mike. This man was 16 or 17 years old, and he's doing life in prison because you basically put him in position and had this young kid going out here deleting your ops. And then on top of that, then you try to hook up your son with a grown woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, at that particular age, he should be into sports. You know, when he was that age, he should be into sports, into school, and you're trying to hook him up with the older woman. That's not the best example to set as a father. Listen, Boosie take care of his kids, but I'm pretty sure those kids have seen some things going in and out of his home. And then let's not talk about Boosie's music, because I'm pretty sure that there are so many young men that have been laid to rest just because they were inspired by Boosie's music and try to carry out some of the things that he was talking about through his music. You know what I'm saying? An extremely negative influence on the youth. And then you want to talk about a man painting his nails. It's not my thing. That's something that I would never do, right? But you, Gremlin, you're definitely on course to be a bad bee, because every time I look around, you're getting a manicure and a pedicure. Now, listen, all the men out there that's listening to this, if you get a manicure and pedicure, that's your business, right? Take care of yourself. Do what you want to do. I'm not trying to lessen you or trying to shame you, but where I come from, real men groom themselves, and we don't get manicures and pedicures and things of that nature. So what is it, Boosie? You confused? You want to live in your soft girl era or something? I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I don't know if the brother works for Boosie anymore, but I believe Boosie has been on record saying that he had a gay assistant or somebody that works for him that's gay. And so what I think that Boosie does, right? First of all, why would you hire him in the first place if you have this much disdain towards the gay community? And then I have to ask the brother who works for Boosie, why would you even work for him when he's always talking shit, minimizing who you are as an individual, right? I just don't understand that. But just like Boosie has done in the past, he would use the fact that he hired a gay assistant as a crutch to stand on, because at the end of the day, you can't outright say that he has a hate for the community, because why would he hire a gay assistant? But in the same breath, he weaponizes that to continue to voice his displeasure about said community, right? Now, do I think that Boosie will say what he has to say even if he didn't have a gay assistant? Of course, but having him as an assistant is a bonus and a shield so he can continue to disparage the gay community. But anyway, let's move along, and I want to briefly discuss 50. Now, we know that the videotapes of the freak-offs have surfaced with Diddy along with 50's baby mom, Daphne Joy, and another cat, right? Now, of course, 50 took to Instagram and he tried to shame Diddy, and he said, "Free Diddy, he has gone through enough being born with no peen, LOL." Selena Powell dropped down in the comments and says, "Yours was no bigger, my love."
Damn, okay.
Now, I wonder if he's going to bully Selena Powell. I doubt it because she's not a melanated woman, but it's just interesting that he hasn't said anything in regards to that so far. Now, he did respond to the tapes that leaked with his ex and baby mom, Daphne Joy, so I'm going to play that and then I'll be back.
Man, there's a lot of tapes out there.
Oh my God.
There's none of that. That ain't got nothing to do with none of the parties. What you're looking at that right now is separate. They feel like it's special because it's my son's mom in the actual tape. But we haven't had any intimacy for 12 years. She could be out back with a dog for all I care. To be honest with you, and she's the only person that we didn't get into the documentary that I wish we did, because it would be the person that's there that wasn't a victim.
That wasn't a victim?
No. See, when you think of women, we go women empowerment and for women, but let's not forget that there's some hoes. Right?
I'm predator.
No, let's just realize that's there. Now, this exists. Come on. So there's people that are there and they're looking for these things. Like, they look for that. So she's just getting what she actually would. If you met it at the present moment, check out the OnlyFans, man. It's up 85%.
Well, let's talk about
it. Works. She's achieving what she's after. Trust me.
I just want to say about Daphne that we did reach out to Daphne. She was not in the film for her. That was her own choice to not be in this film.
All right, so we just witnessed and heard all of that. Now, Daphne did take the time to respond to the footage that was leaked with her having a freak off with Diddy and Sly Diggler, and this is what she said. "Everybody plays the fool sometime. I have been the biggest fool. I just wanted my man at the time to be happy and satisfied. I wanted to fulfill all of his desires, even if that meant breaking my own boundaries. I deeply loved him, and I believed he loved me too. It's still so painful to me to process the harsh reality and truth of that relationship, but as time passes and in my quiet moments, I realized that it was far from love. The recent leak was a tape I never consented to being filmed on. I was blackmailed by the person in the video and was threatened that if I didn't give him the lump sum of money that they would leak it on the web. I almost gave in to his demand, and once I didn't, this person eventually sold this tape to a giant media outlet. The media outlet called me one day and said they had the tape and asked if I had my comment before the release. It was the first time I ever fainted in my life once the media company understood the tape that they purchased was revenge, PORN, and an extortion scheme. They backed off from broadcasting it. I know they are probably reading this, and I want to say thank you for doing the right thing, even though years later it's come back to haunt me again. It took me all day to find the courage to rewatch my ABUSE. Having to watch this tape was triggering and painful because only I knew the inner turmoil and pressures I felt in those moments. I was not, and I was never in my right mind throughout the entirety of that relationship. Seeing myself so lost is excruciating. I just want to hold that girl in that room and get her out of there and tell her that wasn't love and she didn't need to do this for love. My heart is breaking as I type this. I wish so many things were different, but I can't take back the hands of time. I can only continue to move forward and slowly learn to love and trust myself again. I want to love and protect myself so much that I will never come across such a harmful environment again. This is the first time that I ever felt a part of my own body and that my body belongs to me. I am precious, I'm special, I'm worthy. This I promise to hold true in my heart for the woman I am becoming and for the woman I once lost. All right, so we just heard all of that, and to me, I don't believe her. The camera is right there. She is not camera shy. She loves being filmed. She has an OnlyFans account. It's definitely provocative or whatever. I do understand the dynamic of where she could have said, hey, don't put this out without my consent or whatever the case may be, but I don't even believe that. Now, I think that this apology or this statement was done in courtesy of her son, Zaire, to try to, damage control. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's going to see this footage, and it's particularly sad to see your mom doing this on camera. But anyway, I'm going to draw the line here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything I discussed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a beautiful day.